Hello, crypto world. Another amazing day. All-time high. S&P and the NASDAQ. Plus, guess what's happening in a few minutes? The President of the United States is physically going to visit the Federal Reserve with a whole group of people, and his purported reason is to look at the construction of the new building, but the reality is he's going to meet with Chairman Powell, and who knows how that meeting's going to go, because we do know he's been pounding away, the president has, to lower interest rates. And I am not saying that I know this to be true, but many pundits have suggested that Trump is going to say, oh, you overran your budget on this building, etc. That's a cause for me to have you fired. And firing the Powell for cause is only power of the president with respect to the chairman. But wow, what an event. Now let's just jump right over to crypto. We're in Greenland, not radically, with the exception of Ethereum. And let's look at the Fear and Greed Index on Ethereum. Most of the times I reference the one with Bitcoin, but there is one for Ethereum. Ethereum is now in greed, 74. It was as low as 71 a few days ago. Now, as I've said many times, this is interesting to look at, but it is not to be considered 100% reliable. But still, Ethereum is getting, if you will, from this index, overheated. And I maintain part of the reason for the excitement about Ethereum is BlackRock has applied to be able to, with their ETF, pay interest on their ETF with respect to Ethereum, which would draw in more investors. And the numbers are remarkable. BlackRock has accumulated over $3.7 billion worth of ETH for its ETF since July 1st. Now, something else that I often use as a reference is a derivative market, the multi-billion-dollar derivative market. And Deribit, the exchange that Coinbase is negotiating to buy, is where I look. It's very revealing about Bitcoin. They have two expirations coming up, July 26th and July 27th. Guess what? The maximum paying price for both expirations is $120,000, which is slightly above where Bitcoin is trading now. And as you know, market makers want it to close on the 26th, 27th. So I don't close to 120,000 because they make the most amount of money. So I anticipate they will do everything they can to make that happen. So I see Bitcoin basically staying where it is and not exploding up and not selling down. But I think we all have to agree this is a bullish situation, and we have ETH leading up the alts, if you will. But the meeting today with Trump visiting Powell has the potential to be a problem, because look, the markets are up significantly. The equity market's strong, crypto's doing reasonably well, and he wants to have Powell lower interest rates. And if he were to try to fire Powell because of something that was going on with respect to the construction, I think the markets would respond very negatively. And by markets, I mean all markets. They don't want the chairman of the Federal Reserve to be removed because the president doesn't like what he's doing with interest rates. They want an independent Fed. But who knows what's going to happen? Bottom line, we're in great shape at the moment, and it looks like Ethereum could be trading 4,000 before we know it. So let's hope everything goes okay today and we don't have a problem with the meeting between Trump and Powell.